In the immortal words of Gloria Loring, you take the good, you take the bad, got the facts of life. You've also got the good with this September reveal of Marvel Legends. Really awesome looking figures. Can't wait to add most of them that were shown today to my collection. But the bad, the also really terrible bad, is the price increases we've been worried about for so many months and years has actually hit. These Marvel Legend figures are closing in on $30. How does that impact everything? How does that affect your buying? Let's break it all down right now. What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. And I was excited about this every time we get a Marvel Legends live stream. Got it circled on my calendar. Can't wait for that countdown to finally end to see the faces of now just Dan and Dwight. Looking forward to seeing all the reveals. And they had a ton of really good reveals earlier. Dan tweeted out, setting of expectations. Tomorrow will not be filled with a lot of new reveals. I kind of disagree with him. What we saw was a lot more than I was expecting. I think the big thought for a lot of us, we were just going to see the latest mini comic book wave. We saw them and so much more. A lot of stuff I was excited about too, including this that I haven't gotten any of these, but this did look really cool. It's the latest Marvel role play setup, and this time it's Daredevil Born Again. This is a really cool looking piece because not only does it come with the half mask, it's also got that really cool Billy Club setup so you can have them as part of your collection. That's the first shot. Let me show you a few more. I really dig the texturing throughout this mask. And let's see if you can make it out here. But these lenses, they have a reflective red material. So that looks really nice too. And I love how they're getting the whole team to do this. This was Brandon on the Star Wars team showing these off. Look at the Billy Clubs with the detail there. They've got a stand, and this is really a really nice deal. I mean, this looks really premium. And I know that's the whole deal. It's a premium role play set, but these look really good. And I'm impressed with these. I don't get any of these, but if you all do and have a setup, a display of these, I would absolutely love to see it. Send me a photo. One more time for those of you who don't know that now infamous address, send me an email with your images of your Marvel role play display because I think they've done a ton now that they'd have a really cool display. So send those along to me. But for those of you who are like me, more interested in what's going on with the figures, got these updates, the Storm Mystique that we were kind of wondering what's the deal. They're going to get staggered like Professor X in his Savage Land suit, X Factor Jean Grey, and Weapon X Wolverine. They're both going up for pre order September 19th. One thing that was really frustrating, there's so many different release dates for all of these figures. It was just like, where is this stuff? How am I keeping up with these release dates? But they're going up as part of the Target Fall Geek Out. So 9 a.m. September 19th. That is next Friday. So, just keep abreast that all this stuff has different reveal or pre-order dates. So it's a lot to keep up with. Let me go. My guy over at Hasbro sent me over all of the pre-order information. I don't think I have that since it's a Target exclusive, but I'll find out those prices. I'm going to assume they're high or higher, just like everything else at this point. Next up, the Mysterio that we also saw last week, 2 weeks ago, is going to be part of the Walmart Collector Con. His pre-orders go up October 10th. Again, you're going to need a program to keep up with all these different pre-order dates and times. They're all over the place. Nothing really consistent. Then the Super Scroll that we definitely saw last weekend is going to be part of the New York Comic Con booth at Hasbro. So there's a bunch of stuff they're going to have in terms of the Marvel Legends exclusives. He is it. He's going to be available on Pulse later as well. And Dan mentioned, hey, we've got 3 different portraits. You can make 3 different Super Scrolls, but it's just really not the same when all of them are going to have the same flame bottom half there with the waist, the legs. I mean, if they were swappable, maybe, but it's just not really a good idea or a useful army builder when it's kind of set up to have such a specific look. So that's it for him. Then we got, moving on to this two pack, I'm very excited about Star Fox and the Champion of the Universe. These two, both first time in the Marvel Legends line. Very excited about them. This is the one that I waited on this before I could get the full on glamour shots from Hasbro. These are the ones that I did not get, but I love this set. This looks really cool. There's the champion. He looks like he's using a ton of that Drax the Destroyer body, which was good. It just has those single jointed elbows like you see there. So he's not going to be as posable as some of the other figures. But I mean, that's just been the knock with those larger scale characters. Dwight called it a skullet, which is pretty funny. Still have the pins showing, they're visible. I'm never really hating on them unless it interferes with the colors of the sculpt. So if these were that darker blue, I'd be upset. If we had red pins, those would look goofy. But I think he's a good enough looking figure. And I'm not like, oh man, this really sucks because he still has the pins. It's fine. But I'll, really be able to tell you after we see that price point for him. Here is one image of Star Fox, and he looks fine. Only thing that I was kind of disappointed with, he does not have an alternate head sculpt. Now, this really does capture the essence of Star Fox. So if there was a choice between this and different expressions, this was the best one to go with. Here's everything they come with. So you can see here, just some fists, swappable fists. He's got clutching hands. I'm not quite sure why this one makes sense for his powers. Champion has grabbing hands to throttle people, and I like how much bigger he is. That Drax the Destroyer and Moondragon set was a great deal, $49.99 for both of them, and Drax is like a Build-A-Figure. I'm assuming this is not going to be such a great deal. Hopefully, it won't be too ridiculously expensive, and the price hike for those won't be insane. We'll find out on October 2nd. Is a fan channel and Amazon exclusive. You'll also be able to get it on Pulse. So that's why maybe I didn't get those glamour shots for him. But there you go. Like I said, that Drax and Moondragon set was a great value at $50. Both of them had different portraits. So just kind of maybe Moondragon didn't. Now that I'm saying that, I know Drax did. But you would have loved to see some different head sculpts, especially since we can be guaranteed that these prices are going to be higher for this set. Next up, we've got, there's so many Marvel. This is a terrible way to organize this. There we go. All right. The first of the mini comics, Wave 2. This is Farrell. It basically completes this X-Force team. The original lineup, I would love to see an updated, much better version of my guy Warpath, because he's the one I think really needs it. But Farrell definitely needed. And she looks pretty good. I mean, she didn't have the hair, just like the little hair sculpts on her shoulders, like you'd like to see just showing up randomly on her legs. But this is a solid looking figure. She's got, I guess, a little bit on her knees there, but the rest are really bare. She's got some on her feet. But there you go with her. Let me just show off a few more of these pictures so you can see she has a ton of posability and looks like she can hit all the poses that you would really want. Oh, there's some more hair there on the back of her shins there. It's just it does kind of stand out when some of it is so clean and smooth, like she shaved. And then there's just a few random patches. I mean, I guess that would just be super expensive, but whatever. We have Farrell, we have X-Force, and I'm so glad they were like, let's try this time to reference the comic book material. No one rack bow there for her chest section. That's good. It looks like she's got that torso piece that allow her to rotate and get some really deep set poses. That's great. She doesn't have a separate head sculpt, which would have been cool, but she does have a comic book. So she's got the mini comic, and you can see you can actually do this cover now. You got Cable, you got Boom Boom, you got Farrell. So you can do that look, but also because this was a wraparound cover, you've got the back, which is pretty cool. So you've got Shatterstar, you got Domino, you got Warpath, and you got Cannonball on the back. So I do dig that. That's something really cool. Here's all the accessories. So she's got a swappable set of fists and a mini comic. Now, here's where that price increase hits. This entire wave of mini comics is going to be $27.99. I feel like this is a huge, huge mistake. Now, there are going to be characters like Farrell and some of the others I'm going to show. I am most likely going to buy right away. Those Hasbro Pulse pre-orders, no, not going to be grabbing a lot of those because they don't really have a lot of sales. And I think now is going to be the wait game of, all right, I like this character. I don't love it. I don't have to have it immediately in my collection. And I just feel like this is going to be this constant thing that collectors are going to be battling, figuring out because it's just this thing where they're too expensive at 27. I thought at 24.99 they were too expensive. And you take into account, of course, that prices for everything go up. We want them to stay the same, want to be cheaper. That is not the case, but it's just one of those deals where it's like, no, I can't see that working. And what I was saying before about playing the waiting game, here's that Miles Morales. You can see him right here. He's 1989. And let's see some more of these 1874. And this is at 24.99. So, I mean, it's just wild that let's raise the prices more. I mean, this is going to be a waiting game. And I wanted Adam Warlock, happily got him added to the collection. And let me show you because I literally just finished up my review of him. He's a nice figure. He's not a $27.99 figure. He has more than some of the others do because he's got the Infinity Gauntlet, doesn't have an alternate head sculpt, and he's got a swappable set of fists. He's got his staff, and he's got that mini comic. But the value drops tremendously at 27 bucks, especially when they're going to drop in price. And Rom, he's that one where you probably did not want to wait or need to wait because he's going to get higher in price. Let's see any more of these because I feel like we have some more of them throughout Target's website here. Here's Rom again. Let's see if there's any more real fast. Clearly, I was doing my research through Target's website just to check this out. So there's Miles, there's Rom. It looks like we're not going to show any other ones. There's Banshees 23, a very low decrease, but y'all know I was not waiting at all for him. But these figures are just they're too expensive. And $27.99, yeah, that's the price that we're gonna have to pay for these figures now, but it's not a good one. And I just feel like now it's gonna be a waiting game, or let me just get the characters I want, or let me wait till Target has them in stock. And then when Target has a coupon deal, spend $60, which will basically be two figures at this rate once you throw in tax. And of course, that won't count. So I need to grab a beach ball or Hot Wheels. And then there you go. Now my $10 off of 60, but at least there's some discount on these figures. Or you can just wait out the ones that you don't care about and then just go, oh, now they're cheaper. Now I'll buy them. But I just feel like this is going to bite Hasbro so hard. And I just wanted to get that out the way, at least for this wave of figures, because it's not the Marvel Legends team's fault. They're not going, let's charge close to $30 for these figures. But it's just, at $19.99, that value was so sweet. You could look at figure arts, you could look at anything else and go, yeah, but I get this Marvel Legend figure for $20, 21, 24, depending on whatever your tax situation was. And that was a great value. And then back in the day, you got a ton of stuff. And I feel like I keep referencing this figure, but this was one that I was just like, wow, how did we get all of this in this one figure? And this was back in the day at 1999. And then you look at figures now and look at the value in terms of the accessories they're throwing in. And it is absolutely not there. And let me just pull up this Deadpool because this was the one where we had that, hey, we've got the Maximum Series Deadpool. And I feel like the value is as great as this one that came in the Build-A-Figure Juggernaut wave. He came with so much stuff: two katanas, a taco, an alternate head sculpt, a bazooka with a boxing glove. I mean, clearly that's crazy. Two pistols, a knife, and two other guns. That is loaded. Now, and this figure's 20 bucks. Now we would get maybe two swords, swappable hands, and that would be it. And that figure would cost $27.99 plus a mini comic that I don't know how many people are in love with this format, with this whole deal, but $27.99 is really expensive. And I don't feel like this is going to work out very well for Hasbro in the end. Next up, the character along with Farrell that I'm going to get right away, or at least when Target has their first sale on these figures, is Excalibur's Phoenix, Rachel Summers. This figure is awesome. I think they did an excellent job. I mean, look at all the details with the the spikes on her hound outfit. And this is the one figure in this wave that I feel like they really put as much effort into, where they added a bunch of things like, hey, she's got her flame wings. So it's not just, hey, here's the basic and here's some swappable hands. They really put a lot of work into it. We have her alternate head sculpt. I mean, look at that. That is such a clean and great head sculpt. I mean, that is really well done. It's got her little fade on the side. She got the bangs, the upward bangs going. That is really well done. I'm really impressed with how it turned out. You can see her here. I mean, the spikes look good. I feel like maybe she had a few more spikes along the sides, but I'm not going to quibble on that. Very good. Let's take a look here and see if I can zoom in on this Excalibur cover, which I cannot hear. Let's go with this one. Of course, I can't see it, but this is a good job on Phoenix. She is, to me, if you're going to charge more for these figures, this is more of what I want to see in a figure. And you see, she's got her wings, they clip onto her forearms. You can see that here. They got a nice gradient. And this is a nice effect. I mean, they're not going to be able to do the full on Flame Bird, but I thought this is a really well done execution on Phoenix 2. And here's some more photos. You can see she's got the alternate head sculpt, which I am absolutely going to use and put on that Dark Phoenix retro card figure, because that one is going to look really sweet with that outfit. So really cool just to be able to have that display option variety. And here's another shot. Here she is reading her comic book, but now that we know that they're not spending as much money because there's no gatefoil here, gatefold cover, maybe they could put another comic book on the back. It's just like, I mean, we got to get some more out of our $27.99. But here you go. She's even got the rat tail. Very cool. So let's chalk it up. She's got 2 additional hand sculpts, and then she's got her flame birds wing effects, and they've even got spikes, which I just now noticed. And then she's got that really sweet alternate head. That's what I'm talking about. If you're going to charge us more, and again, this doesn't have a build a figure, and to me, that was one of the things that I really loved about Marvel Legends. You paid $20 for 6 figures, each, and then you got a free figure thrown in, because we've seen with the retro cards, you're paying the same price. You're not getting a bonus figure in the mix. And yeah, okay, you don't have to buy every figure, but I just feel like it was a better deal. All right, moving along to this guy, Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer is going to be one of the first ones hit the most by this price increase. Because if you got the Walgreens version, if you've got the HasLab Galactus version, what is the selling point? All right, this is pinless. Great. He's got a little chrome paint job. Great. But I don't feel like that's enough to justify $27.99 price point. And there's nothing new cool with the board. I think they did a nice little shading deal with the eyes. But I mean, it's like, hey, this is the same version you got from that HasLab Galactus. They just chromed out his paint a little bit more, gave him pinless joints. And, that would be great for a $17-18 figure, but paying $27.99 when I have multiple Silver Surfers in my collection, yeah. So I think these prices, I'm going to say that a lot apparently, is just going to hurt some of these figures. He is absolutely one of those where I'm like, oh man, this is a cool figure. I don't know if I would have felt the need to grab him right away, but it really does hurt that he doesn't have anything else. I mean, he's got these flying surfing hands, he's got fists, so he has 2 separate hand sculpts as well. He's got his board. That one peg for the feet is kind of tricky. I mean, I was just posing my Silver Surfer with this Adam Warlock review, and I just feel like maybe he could have a little bit more, or maybe just magnetic parts of his foot that would attach onto the board. But yeah, not a lot of innovation there, but whatever. So that's the Silver Surfer. Next up in this wave is Black Widow. She's using that new highly articulated Black Widow body. We have this one again, but she had a leather vest on as part of the Avengers. This way you get to do that cover of the X-Men that they love to reference so often, favorite team. And you can see, so she's got the detail on the back, and that looks good. I feel like this is another one where, oh, what a sweet figure, but at $27.99, can't work that. She's got tons of posability. Anybody's got Miss Marvel, the Black Widow, that excellent figure knows you can hit some really, really great poses. She's got a lot of effect pieces for her wasp stings, her stingers stinger splashes. Her wasp stings. I think that's what they actually call them in the comic book. There you go. That pose ability just really leaps off the page there. And it's not quite accurate because I don't think she had too much paneling on this stuff, but whatever. Sweet outfit. I think they did a nice job with that. And here you go. You can see that. So now everybody can do that cover and thank Hasbro, the Marvel Legends team, for doing that for you. Here's everything she comes with. She has a decent amount of accessories. Nothing we haven't seen before. I think they may have changed up the coloring on the exhaust. The smoke trails there from the blast, which is kind of weird now that I'm looking at it. And yeah, but is that $27.99 worth? I don't know. Maybe we'll think differently. And finally, the last one on this wave, the one that I think a lot of you all are going to be the most excited about seeing. And this is a really, oops, no, it's not that one. Sorry, I was hyping it up too soon. It's Daredevil. He's not the one I was talking about. It's the Man Without Fear version. He looks like he's been putting on a little bit of weight, but he's got a sweatsuit on, so okay. Got the mass head sculpt, and maybe that will work for a goon. But again, $27.99 for a army builder doesn't really work as well. I think this is a really solid Daredevil variant, not one that I need to have, not one I've got to get. And but I mean, he looks fine enough. The team was talking about, oh man, this is such a great series, and clearly they need to have that little disclaimer. Figure does not toss Billy Club. And you can do this pose. So he's very posable. And I want to show you all this other stuff, all these other photos before I think you can see the problem there. And this one was a really glaring one. And they have to be flawless at this point. You cannot botch this stuff anymore. So here is everything that this figure comes with. You can see the accessories are starting to shrink down a little bit. He's got 3 hand sculpts, not 2 additional sets. So he's missing an extra hand. He's got his Billy Club. He's got the mini comic. Now they mentioned, oh man, this is such a great story. Now, no, clearly you can see the cover, The Man Without Fear. And if you're a fan of Daredevil, even remotely, hey, Matt Murdock, one thing that's absolutely clear about this guy is he is not a blonde. And I don't understand how this got through at all. Like this is not great. This isn't one of these deals of, well, we'll fix it later. You cannot afford to fix anything else later. Not for $29 after you throw in the tax for these figures. That's not great. So we need to stop presses, get this figure's hair color right. And sure, this is something easy to paint, but you shouldn't have to repaint something like that. That is ridiculous. So please, Marvel Legends team, get that fixed. This guy does not have blonde hair. Now for the one that I think everyone's gonna be really excited about. This guy, Astonishing X-Men Beast. And I think they did an exceptional job here. He's big. You can see all that great detail, the texturing of his fur. That looks really great. So this one, yeah, he's not the same size as everybody else. He's got a ton of posability. And I mean, look at that. I love the way they've got the fur actually coming up against those bracers. So it looks like it's fur and hair that's being scrunched up by a bracer. He's got really good posability. This is something I'm like, hey, all right, this little tease, but I love to see this with some other Beast outfits. Let's see if we can make that happen. You can see the paneling detail on his outfit is not done by the paint. There's actually sculpted work here. Tremendous butterfly shoulders. Yeah, you like that paint to be a little bit cleaner. I won't quibble on something like that, but I mean, at least he's blue and not like some off shade of gray. Nice work on this figure. I feel like he's the one that I've got to get him, Rachel, and Farrell. Got to get these 3. Now, how I get them and how soon I get them, absolutely up for grabs. But Beast looks really good. He has a separate head sculpt as well, a feral one, and a more reserved doctor manipulating with everybody. This is a cool cover to use. And they were like, hey, oh, we almost got the whole team down. Do you want to see it? Now, of course, we know there's a rumor of a 2-pack of Colossus and Kitty Pryde. So hopefully that is the case. But I feel like there's really never a question. Do we want the teams completed? We absolutely do. It's not like, okay, we've got 4/5 of this team. We're good. No, we want the whole team. You started them. Let's keep the rest of them out there to us. So really nice figure. I think he could be a sneaky, depending on when he comes out. Let me check my list from Hasbro. When are we supposed to get these figures? Oh, well, they're supposed to be available fall 2025. So this year, that is indeed the case. I think Beast could absolutely qualify for a figure of the year. Now, he's the one that I could factor in the X factor of Beast. That he's bigger, he's larger, he's got a fully original sculpt, but they want to go, we're gonna charge $27.99 for him. I'm like, okay, whatever. Because there's a lot of work and there's not a lot of reuse possibilities. But man, it really stings when you can see this figure is bigger. I mean, he's just taller and wider, and they put a lot more sculpting work in him compared to some of the others. And it's like, nah, he's just the same price as everybody else. And kind of hate to see that happen, but he looks really good. So that was the mini comic book wave. And this is another one of those deals. You're gonna have to circle everything up. This wave will be up for pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Pulse, and all the other various partners. So, really interested to see what the sellouts are for this, like how fast some of these. I feel like just like that original wave, where it was like, well, Rom is definitely going to sell out. And then it was Banshee for me. And then I got most of the way the Ultimate Iron Man. I definitely wanted to grab, and I got him for a cheaper price. Miles Morales, I was really interested in, and then it was like, wait, his hips aren't great. And I got most of that wave. Adam Warlock for sure. This one, I feel like their success rate is not going to be as great with the sell throughs. I feel like a lot of these could hit clearance. That Daredevil for sure. Silver Surfer seems like a prime candidate for it as well. And Black Widow, she's one I'm keeping my eye on because I feel like she is going to be cheaper. I'm going to want her, but just not at that price point. So moving right along, we finally get a figure I have been screaming for. Not in a Banshee siren kind of way, just like how hard is it to get this guy right? But now they have done it finally, and that's a lot of build up. But I wanted to have the comparison to maybe go like, well, this is what tipped the scales, and this is what made them do it. Let me do this really fast. Perfect. Got that. So now let's go to the actual figure that maybe got this thing rolling. Talking about my guy Iceman. We finally have a new Iceman figure with new effect pieces. That's great. Love to see that. So he's got like some ice flashpoints, I think you might call them. That's great. And I'm really excited about this. This guy was so overdue. No tease on the back because there's nothing else here yet. They did say we're going to see some more Secret Wars figures coming out. But yeah, we're actually getting my guy, Bobby Drake. He comes with a snowball as well. And the way this is lit up does not make him look like he's super translucent. So that's good. But, on the carded image, it was like, it's the same old, he's see through. But this picture does make it look like he's more of an ice man. That's cool. Then you can see this one. He's got a smile on his face. Again, this is all we needed from Iceman. I don't know why these other figures were so hard to do right. No funny business with the coloring. This is good. And I'm really happy that Bobby got done properly for a change. All right, so got him here. A few more images because I forgot. There's a few more to show. And you can see he's got a little bit of a slide base going, very small. But I mean, this was what I mean, how hard was this? Apparently harder than I thought. But here you go. There's a lenticular shield with Bobby Drake. And then there's your Iceman portrait. Very fun. And then bam, you can see all the accessories, the two flashpoints to go along his wrist, just like with Phoenix or Rachel Summers, his tiny ice slide, his shield, his separate hand sculpts to actually fire off his ice effects or blast, not fire, shoot his ice blast. Then we've got a more intense angry head sculpt. So good job. And he's really well done. Happy with this Iceman. And let me go. Let me see where see my information on Iceman. He is going to be available for pre-order on October 7th. So that's good. Not a long wait, but again, you're gonna have to be glued to your, just glued to everything. Cause like when are these figures coming out? It's really tricky, really, really hard on that front. He's gonna be $27.99. Available on Pulse and participating retailers. available fall 2025. So again, we're getting the last surge of figures coming out before the end. I would have loved to have seen these figures at the regular price point before we jumped over to $27.99. And Dan also mentioned, hey, we've got more Secret Wars characters coming. He referenced specifically that Iceman was part of that wave of figures that did not really come out in the US, more of a European exclusive. So here's the the full checklist of all the Marvel Legends, Marvel Secret Wars, Marvel Superhero Secret Wars characters we've gotten. And we got this Doctor Doom complete with the armor, got Spider-Man, Cap, Iron Man, Symbiote Spider-Man, Inevitable. We've got, actually, we already know he's not just Inevitable. We've seen him. Oh, we've got Magneto. So he's one. Maybe they could put out as part of this. Kang's already solid. We got a great Kang figure. Doc Ock got a solid, great Dr. Octopus figure. And we got Wolverine covered as well. So here are the rest of them. We don't need Baron Zemo. His figure is perfect. I don't need a new version of him. Electro, I mean, we don't need another version of him. Finally got Iceman crossed off. Constrictor, yes. He uses that old bullseye body. He needs an upgrade. Hobgoblin, I can see maybe a case for him getting a new figure. Falcon, classic Falcon. I mean, we're getting a wave, and they referenced Iceman right away. Falcon needs to be on this list, so hopefully we'll see him here. And Daredevil in his classic red outfit seems like a no-brainer choice for this wave, so hopefully that's where we'll see him. Then moving on along, another 2-pack. This one was really exciting because, man, trying to pose that Gladiator figure has become an exercise in frustration. They have a new version now, and he's pinless, and he looks really good. And he's with another figure that I've wanted to see for a while. And Death Bird got a Landra last year, so now we got her sister. Here's Gladiator. He looks so much better. I mean, it was so frustrating trying to pose that old one. That Hyperion buck it was not helpful. It was not fun to pose. His neck jutted up too far on the peg. This looks like a much better fit. And I mean, he looks like Gladiator, and I cannot wait to replace the one I have on my shelf right now. Comes with an alternate head, low blast, eye deal going. That's cool. And you can see he's got really great posability. So I'm very excited to replace the one I have because, gosh, he's terrible. Then we got Deathbird, and boy, if she's not going to be on the top 10 of most of our list, I don't know what to tell you. She looks great, and they did an excellent job with her cape, her maniacal head sculpt, her hair, her armor plating. Just a really fantastic figure. I mean, boy, this is one they knocked all the way out the park. I mean, just the paneling. This is a sweet figure. Great work. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh, we don't have any classic villains, but this, I mean, Deathbird was needed. We're almost done now with that Uncanny X-Men 275 cover because we needed them, got them. And boy, look at this. This is really well done. Here's the back of the cape. So you can see they did not shortchange the detail on it. It's got the full on feathered layered pattern there. That looks really good. And they mentioned she had a design where the tube was in her stomach. This one is just here on her gauntlets. This is a really well done job here. And here's Gladiator. He's a little upset with her. But boy, I'm not upset with either of these figures. Desperately needed a better Gladiator. We have him now. I'm still not quite sure what's going on with the cape. I'd love to see this part of it flush against his chest, but I can't have everything, can I? So here you go. Well, Melander. Deathbird did not need another head sculpt. This one is perfect for her character. I feel like sometimes they do decent figures, but the head sculpts and expressions don't exactly match up with the whole personality of the character. This is not the case here with Deathbird. She looks great. And Gladiator looks nice and serious, stern, and ready for battle. Watch out, Colossus, Thing, and the rest of the Fantastic Four. Really nicely done. Now this one hurts with the price point. I'm buying it because can't miss out on this one. But this one, now our typical 2-packs have been the same price of 2 Marvel Legend figures. So that's, $49.99, $50. They're going up big time. This is a pretty significant jump. This is going to be $57.99. So Not great, Bob. I mean, again, I wish I could go. Well, look at all the detail. I mean, Deathbird has tons of good detail, but we're not basing these figures on degree of difficulty. It's the same standard price points. I don't know why now we're charging $7 more for this set of figures. This is also going to be available at fall, and it's going to be available on Pulse September 18th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And September 18th is going to be a hellacious day for everybody trying to get all of this stuff that's up for pre order because there's a bunch of really cool stuff from McFarlane, and it is going to be so hard to keep up with all this stuff. And I am not looking forward to trying to navigate through all that because it is going to be heinous. So, again, 1 o'clock, September 18th. So that is next Thursday. So there's stuff on the 19th, there's stuff on the 18th, there's stuff tomorrow. You really need to keep up, write it down because it's they're all over the place with where we're seeing these figures, which is just a little bit frustrating. So one more reveal, one more set of figures, a Gamerverse 2 pack, Punisher and Nick Fury. And I really like the look of these figures. Punisher is a little bit lighter than I would like, but I mean, this is based on the game sprite design or whatever. And Nick Fury's rocking his casual day outfit. And here's the sides. You can see that art there. So we got the Punisher on the other side naturally, but great head sculpts for Fury and Punisher. I think this Punisher head sculpt is awesome. So here you go. Here's all the stuff they come with, and you can see it's a little bit more deluxe than some of our other standard figures. Two swappable head sculpts for Punisher, and that one looks really, really good. Love that 5 o'clock shadow thing going. Nick Fury looks like he is grimacing in a way where you could almost figure out how to make your own cigar and put it there in that little space there because it seems like he's ready for it. He's got a holster. Looks like this gun will not come out, of course. So here's all the stuff. He's got a Uzi, he's got a pistol, M16. He's got trigger hands. He's got to go ahead, head out in that direction. Flat hands. Got a suit briefcase of cash, hard, cold, hard cash, explosion burst. Same deal basically with Punisher with his hand sculpts. And the fists are just replaced here with those. Got a baseball bat is in a size scrolling action beat him up. You gotta take some fools down with the bat. He's got the M16. Looks like he has a different pistol here than Punisher, and he's got a submachine gun and a grenade. That's pretty cool. But I'm wondering with the size of this, can they actually hold it in their hands? We'll see. Maybe this is where you use that hand sculpt. Interesting note here with Punisher. This is all white, where it should, I don't know. I mean, just the normal look for Punisher is this should be blue or black here in this section, but I don't know how to check that game design. Let's take a look at some of the images. Of course, these are all done from Shooting the Galaxy. Here is the side scroller pose, which I think is so cool. Nice job there. And again, that head sculpt on Punisher is great. And they're going side by side. These look great. I mean, I'm really impressed with how these figures turned out. Frank's got the cash. Look out. And then this backdrop here is actually part of it. So you can use this game backdrop here, which I think is very cool. I don't know what the heck Nick Fury is doing. He is tossing a grenade at an explosion. Watch out, Nick. And here you go. He's jumping. He's kicking. It's good stuff. I mean, they've got a lot of good accessories in this deal. And I really like this set. This is one where I'm like, oh man, it's an easy pickup for 50 bucks. Definitely going to do it. You can see the different head sculpts, hand sculpts, and head sculpts. Really fun set. But this one, whew, another one hurt so tremendously by these price points. Now, again, they've got more accessories. It's 20 in this set. They've got a backdrop. So, okay, is that the difference between a $57.99 price point and a $62.99 price point? Because this set, $62.99. And boy, that's a tough one. I mean, that is a $12 price increase from our normal 2 packs. But again, this one has some more stuff, so I could kind of sort of see where they're going with it. But boy, price hikes are dangerous. And I really like, man, this isn't great because I feel like they put out a ton of really good stuff. And so much of it, I think, is going to be hurt with these price increases. And it's just the shame that they waited so long to get some of this stuff. But it's also a shame because the nice work that they're putting into these figures. is not going to be reflected by quicker sellouts, people raving about how awesome these figures are, because the price is just too much. We'll see. And they have a tease as usual. And this one got a briefcase or suitcase with a padlock that's not painted and some gold bullions. And the prevailing thought is this is the crest of Doctor Doom. So maybe it's a Doctor Doom related 2-pack, but we'll see. I don't know. But a lot of really great looking figures. The price, not so much. Definitely going to get about 7, 8 of the figures shown. And I'm excited about them. Again, after I bite the bullet, pay that price point for them, I don't think about the price that I pay for the figures when I have them on my shelf. Right now, though, before I get them, before those bills start coming out, whew, the price is too much. But let me know what you think. Are you just excited about these figures? Are you just so frosty chilly about that new Iceman reveal? Are you excited about him? Or because I forgot I was going to do this whole comparison with the Moth-X version because I feel like this is the one that got them rolling. And there it is. Now, he's got a little bit better blue, but he's $135. So that's too much as well. So it's not just exclusive to Hasbro with these price increases, the tariffs and all the other bogus stuff they want to use to jack up the price points so the CEO can buy himself a new yacht. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'm excited about these figures, not at all excited about the price, but really great showing from the Hasbro team. Looking forward to see what they have for us in October, but really solid lineup. And can't wait to hear what y'all think. So thank you so much for watching. As always, this episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.